IELTS asked a question, what is your opinion, what do you think, do you agree or disagree? This question type is the most common question type, and here is one of the best templates you will see. Our students use this time and time again to score highly in IELTS writing. It basically consists of 4 paragraphs, intro, 2 bodies, and the conclusion. Let's start with the intro. You will see how advanced this is, which gives you more than 7 bands because of the vocab usage and the flow and the structure. Plus, what I like about this is it is actually very easy to implement and can be used in a broad range of questions. Now, we start with the issue of, and of course, adapt it to the context. It could be the issue of, the idea of, the topic of. Mention the main topic here, and then say has generated considerable debate, particularly regarding weather. Now, this is where you stand out. Most people just stop here, has generated considerable debate, and they feel like they have done the job, which is to rephrase the question. So yes, you have done the job here, but you want to stand out and make it natural. And here you mention particularly regarding, and then whatever the topic is. If it's about finance or market, you can say particularly regarding the economic outlook, economic conditions, markets, whatever it is, make it specific. Then here is how you will mention your opinion. And at the same time, while you're mentioning your opinion, you are getting marks for the complex sentence because you start with while. And that breaks the sentence into 2 parts. While something something, then something something else. While a lot of people follow or believe on this other side, I believe that, and then you mention your opinion. Make sure to also give slightly some detail about your opinion. For example, I believe that this should happen, considering this and this. Very briefly mention that, don't detail it, but if you briefly can mention it and then you elaborate it later on, you get marks for your flow. Now, before we go into bodies 1 and 2, let me show you the conclusion because it's easy. And what we're doing here is simply rephrasing the intro. So here we're saying in conclusion, jump right into the opinion. While, once again, our sentence for complex sentence marks. While some people still believe this, I firmly stand by my stance that, and then mention your stance. Words like firmly, adverbs, they always give you more marks because they are with lees. Adverbs, they give you more range, which students otherwise do not use. Now, I have mentioned this sentence, and here you mention your opinion and finish. But if you have time and words, you can also add another sentence, which could be just a suggestion. Humans or governments or people or groups should do this in the near future in order to do this. If you want to mention a suggestion for a more complete finish, you can do that here. Now, let's get body 1 and 2. We have filled this with a sample answer just to make sense of the sentences. But the template you see in bold is the template to use. How you start body 1 is once again with a complex sentence, starting with although. Although, in this case, it was a topic about money. Money can enhance comfort and security, comma. It does not necessarily mean that individuals without substantial financial resources, and then you add your topic here. Essentially, you're doing a complex sentence by starting with although this is what some people think, or this is what happens, but this is what I feel. And this right away gives you an edgy topic sentence, which is advanced thanks to the word although. Now you start, again, you want to keep it not robotic. You don't want to keep saying things like furthermore, firstly. That looks too generic and it looks like a copy-paste template. Instead, if you want a natural flow, which you should want because the examiners want that too, start with for many people. And you can here also say for many organizations, for many kids, whatever the topic is. In this case, for many people, and then mention what the scenario is. Then elaborate it further with for example. So what you're doing here is building this idea. Topic sentence mentions the idea for many people, and then you mention the general idea. And for example, you go into the detail and become more specific. This is how you get your mark for your flow and structure. Next, body 2. And I'll talk about the overall points too. Body 2 is going to be another point, and how you start that is by saying another significant factor that, and here again you would naturally fill in the rest, that contributes to happiness is, that helps industry's function is, that helps the society is, whatever your topic is. And we are making it naturally fit to the answer type, and we are also not using something generic like secondly. Okay, or on the other hand. These days we see so many students writing on one hand and on the other hand. That's all we see. So you have to be different and use low frequency vocabulary. Now expand it further with this is because, expand it, and then again you will see the structure of for instance. I have not made it bold because here you want to again be natural. Try not to force yourself to say for example and then for instance. Whatever naturally comes, use that. Just make sure to elaborate it further with this last sentence. One thing you will see I have not done here is I have not obligated you to do the ending concluding sentences with therefore or hence. You can do them if you want to, no harm in that, and sometimes they help wrap up the paragraph nicely, but only do that if, again, it is natural, if you feel like you need to do a concluding sentence. If it otherwise finishes up the idea and you have explained everything well, there's not much else left to say, don't do it. Okay, the idea of this template is to not have something robotic, because a lot of the times when people have a robotic structure, they go into the exam and they cannot fit the different question type into what they have already memorized. But something like this serves the purpose of giving you the guide as to what you have to write that can adapt to any question type while keeping your vocabulary phrases advanced and examiner-like love worthy. Remember that, and make sure to follow this as well as our channel, because this is just one of the many templates I'm going to be uploading in the next few days. If you want more help, subscribe to this channel for more valuable content. If you want to check out our IELTS self-paced course that right now is at a huge discount, check it out in the description below. This is Sean from HZadeducation, and I'll talk to you soon.